Welcome back to OT Sports. It's been a little bit since our last video, almost 3 weeks, and I apologize for that. I've been really busy with, finishing out the school year. You got finals, all of that. I also am starting some classes over summer, and I got sports as well. But we should be getting more consistent now. It is summer break, so we're gonna have a lot more time on our hands. And even though I still am gonna be pretty busy, I'm gonna try to get you guys some videos out now. And I wanted to start out summer with a new MLB video. Like I said, the last video I did was episode 4 of this series, and it was about 3 weeks ago. So we got a lot to talk about, and let's just get right into it. But one thing I want to say before I start is that I appreciate you guys showing the support on some recent videos. It means a lot. Been working really hard. Been pretty busy trying to find time for these videos. But here we are. So let's talk about some baseball. We're gonna look at the American League standings first here. Starting off with the AL East, the best division in baseball by far. It's not even close. All the teams are above 500. At the top, you got the best team in baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays, 40-18, a ridiculous record. And yeah, they haven't showed any signs of weakness this season. They got all their pitch. Shane McClanahan's been probably the best pitcher in baseball this year, and you got all your hitters, Randy Arozarena, Wander Franco. I mean, they're just loaded with. I mean, and their team is not like super old either. Wander Franco and Arozarena are two young guys, and they're just dominating the league right now. We're a little less than halfway through, and they've looked like the best team in baseball by far. The Orioles, a young and upcoming team, they got a really bright future ahead of them, and they're only 4 games back of the Rays, so there is a chance they could catch them. I don't know if they will, but they have been looking really good to start out the year. The Yankees are starting. Last time we did this, they were at 5. They were in a little bit of a slump. They started to get their act together. They've been looking really strong recently. Only 2 games back of the Orioles for second in this division. The Blue Jays also, last time we made this video, were in a little bit of a slump. They maybe not living up to expectations this year. A lot of people predicted them to win this division. Nobody thought they'd be sitting here at 4th. I could tell you that for sure. Most people had either the Yankees or Blue Jays winning the division, and they're sitting here at 3 and 4, respectively in this division. And then the Red Sox at 5. I feel like they are the worst team in this division. They got up to 3 for a while, but they're back down at 5, and I don't know if they can. I don't see them making the playoffs, and I don't know if they'll move from 5. But they are only a half game back of the Blue Jays, so maybe we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. They just they're just the worst team in this division, and they're still 2 games up above 500, so that's really good. AL Central. This is maybe the weakest division. I would say this is the worst division. The Twins are good, but they're only 30-27, which I expected them to be a lot better this year. They are a good team, but I don't know. They just haven't been looking too strong this year. The Tigers, to be honest, I don't know much about them. I'm not sure. They're 6-4 in their last 10. I know they started out not too great. They've been sort of, doing a little bit better recently. They're still 2 games below 500, and I would expect them to finish below 500. I would expect them to finish either third or fourth here, depending on if the White Sox figure things out, which they probably won't. But I don't know. The Tigers are here at second in this division. I don't know how long this will last, but I mean they're only 2.5 games out of first place, so it could be interesting. And the Guardians, they've been not too great to start the year. 5-5 in their last 10, 6 games below 500, but they're only 4.5 games back of this division. It is a weak division, so you could see them figure things out. I do expect them to finish second by the end of the year, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean you never know in baseball; anything can happen. Speaking of anything can happen, the White Sox a couple years ago, people were saying they're going to be the new team to beat in the American League. They had such a bright future. They won their division. They were looking great, and now here, uh, a little a little bit before halfway games. We're about halfway. We're pretty close to halfway. So, but we're close to halfway through this year, and they haven't been looking too great. Now, people didn't have tremendous expectations for them. A lot of people thought they would finish in the middle of this division, but 12 games below 500 already is not what you want to see if you're a White Sox fan, and I honestly feel bad. I can't even tell you what's wrong. Like, on paper, they should have one of the best pitching staffs in the league, and their pitching hasn't been great this year. They're hitting too. They have all the things you want on paper. They're just not performing. So yeah, it's tough for the White Sox. Hopefully they can figure it out. They're a fun team. I'd love to see them figure it out because I like the White Sox, even though I'm a Cubs fan. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I like the White Sox. Obviously, I like the Cubs better, but yeah. So hopefully the White Sox can figure that out. Then the Royals at the bottom. They've been pretty pretty atrocious to start the year. Haven't even been with this horrible record. They haven't even been the worst team in the league. We'll talk about them in a second. Moving on to the AL West, the Rangers still at the top of this division, and I say it every time, but I'm going to say it again. I don't know how long they can stay up here. They have been looking like a really good team. They got a lot of guys, but I don't know. I just don't know if, like, they just don't seem like the best team in this division when you have the Astros, you have the Mariners, you have the Angels. In my mind, those three teams should be better than them, but they've been looking like one of the best teams in baseball to start out this first half of the season. And but I just don't know. I want to see if they can keep this start going. Like, if they can be consistent, then they can be a really good team. They got a bright future. Um, but I don't know. I feel like at some point they just, at least the Astros got to pass them. The Astros, I think it was 2 episodes ago, looking like they started to figure it out. I'm not sure if Jose Altuve's back. I don't remember if he's back, but if he is, that's good for them. Once he gets back, he should give them a little bit of a boost to take the division lead. They're only 2.5 games back, so not super far. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should be at the top of this division, and they're just not. But they're close. The Mariners and the Angels. The Mariners are hot recently, actually. These two teams are kind of in the same boat. Kind of been struggling to start the year. It's looking like they're starting to figure things out a little bit, maybe. Um, but they could go on one of the cold streaks. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. They've kind of been up and down to start the year, but the Mariners are getting hot. So their pitching, the Mariners' pitching has been really good this year, but their hitting is not. But they're They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're starting to get hot. And then the Angels, they have Ohtani and Trout, so probably the best duo in the MLB. So they got that going for them. And then the A's, just absolutely disgusting. They're just horrible. 24 and a half games back already. When we've only played about 60, that is ridiculous. Not even 60, but yeah, they just suck. They're moving to Vegas for a reason. Their stadium's horrible. Their team's horrible. The pitching, hitting, everything's bad. Their yeah, their front office is they're just bad everywhere. Everywhere, everything's bad. Moving into the NL East, the NL this year isn't as strong as the AL. The AL is a lot better. But you got some good teams in the NL, so we'll start with the NL East. The Braves, kind of struggling recently, 4-6 in their last 10, but it's the Braves. I do expect them to get back on track here soon. And then the Mets in second. Last time we did this, they were at fourth, looking really bad. They're on a 3-game win streak, 6-4 in their last 10. They're looking a little better now. I'm not sure what to expect of them for the rest of the season, but I do think they'll finish second in this division. The Marlins still above the Phillies. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get what's wrong with the Phillies here. Maybe they're just not. Maybe they're just a playoff team. They're built for the playoffs, and if you look at their roster, they really are built for the playoffs. They got some big powerful batters, clutch time performers, and yeah, they really are built for the playoffs. They're only a game ahead of the Nationals, which is crazy. People were debating if it was going to be Nationals or A's for the worst team in the league this year, and yeah, I mean it should have been Royals A's, but the Nationals, they still, well, they're not. They're okay. Well, they're the fourth worst team, but still, I mean, 24-32 is actually not a horrible record for fourth worst team. Like I mean, it's not a good record, but I mean, you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of good teams this year. There's a lot of well, I wouldn't say good teams. There's a lot of middle mid teams. There's a lot of mid teams. I don't know. Well, they're better. They're the fifth worst team. But anyways, yeah, the Nationals have been better than expected, but they're still gonna be last in this division. And then the Phillies, they got to figure things out. I mean, they're fourth in their division, so it's just bad. They got to figure things out. Brewers finally back in control of the NL Central. They jumped the Pirates. And this whole division is really bad. The Central divisions in both National and American League are just really, really. I mean, this one's better than the AL Central just because there's all the teams in here are pretty mid. If you look at the records, the AL Central has the Twins, and then the rest are bad. I mean, I don't know. I think this one's better than the AL Central, but it's not a glaring difference. The AL Central does have the Royals, and no team in here is as bad as them. So I think, or no team in the NL Central is as bad as the Royals. So yeah, I think I would say that the NL Central is better than the AL Central, but it's not a huge gap between the two. But yeah, the Brewers take back the division from the Pirates. They've just been. Sorry, something fell in my room over there. I'll get that after this video, but yeah, the Brewers take it back from the Pirates. The Pirates been a surprising team. This whole division's really cold. The Brewers, Pirates, and Cubs are all 4-6 in their last 10. The Cardinals and the Reds are hot right now, 7-3 in their last 10. I mean, talk about the Reds. They should be the worst team in this division. I don't get how they're winning all these games. The Cardinals are looking like they're starting to figure things out. They've been pretty good recently, 5-5 in their last 10. But if you look at how they've been playing a lot better, and they're only 4.5 games back. Same with the Cubs. The Cubs, they've just been falling apart. It's sad. They looked promising to start the year, but they're at the bottom now. It's they should be third. Well, they should be fourth at the very least. They should be better than the Reds. I mean, I'm not. If you look at the teams, they're not better than the Cardinals. They're not better than the Brewers. They should be better than the Reds. The Pirates, I don't know. It's iffy. On paper, the Cubs should be better, but I mean, the Pirates, we've seen what they can do. They started out the year hot, so maybe they're cooling down here. We'll see, but yeah, I was looking at this thing earlier. Sorry, this is sidetracking. I was looking at this thing a couple of days ago, and it was saying, would you rather be in the Cubs? So at the time, the Blue Jays were at the bottom of their division. Would you rather be in the Cubs spot where you're 7 games below 500, but 4.5 games back in the division, or would you rather be the Blue Jays, who are 3 games above 500, but 9.5 games back of the division? And it's a pretty simple answer. You want to be the better team. You want to be the Blue Jays. They're the more fun team. They win more games. They're more fun to watch. I don't get why you would pick the bad team. And yes, the Cubs are 4.5 games back of this division, which is very close compared to 9.5 games back. But I'd much rather be the better team than I'd much rather be a good team in a stacked division than the the bottom team in a bad division. So it's just that was a stupid argument people were making, but yeah, you'd rather be the good team. Anyways, moving on to the NL West, we got the two top dogs here, the Dodgers and Diamondbacks, fighting for one. They've been going back and forth, seems like the past 2 weeks for 1 and 2. The Diamondbacks and the Dodgers have the same record right now, so the Diamondbacks do have the tiebreaker as of right now over the Dodgers, so they're number one. But it could change any day here. They're the same record, so the Giants at 3, ahead of the Padres. I don't know what's going on with the Padres, but the Giants 6-4 in their last 10. The Padres also 6-4, but they're 2 games ahead of the Padres, so I don't know what's going on there. And then the Padres 3 games ahead of the Rockies. The Rockies, they had a little bit of a hot streak going last episode. They're kind of starting to cool off a little. 4-game losing streak, 4-6 in the last 10. So the Diamondbacks are hot, 1-5 in a row, 7-3 in their last 10. And yeah, that's a good segue into our power rankings. This was last episode's power rankings. You got the Rays at 1, Braves 2, Dodgers 3, Orioles 4, Blue Jays 5, Red Sox 6, Twins 7, Rangers 8, Yankees 9, and Angels 10. This week we got a big shakeup here. The Rangers moving all the way up 6 spots from last episode to number 2. They've really impressed me. They have the second best record, and they've been looking like the second best team to start the year. In all honesty, close second I would say is the Orioles. They've been really good as well. They're moving up 1 spot. The Diamondbacks haven't been in the top 10 this entire year, which is kind of surprising. They make their debut at number 4, so moving up 7 spots, and good for them. They finally get into the top 10. It's about time. I've kind of been disrespecting them a little, but I feel like they've been just outside the top 10 every time we've been doing these. They finally have convinced me that they deserve to be in here. The Yankees starting to heat up a little. They're at 5. The Dodgers at 6 as well. They've been looking good, and as of recently. The Braves, I haven't been too impressed with them. They've been moving down 5 spots. They're still, I still trust them because they're the Braves, but they haven't been looking too good as of recently. The Astros move up 3 spots. They weren't ranked last week. They're at 8. The Mariners move up 2. They were also not ranked. And then the Blue Jays dropping down 5. So yeah, you can see the comparison here. This was last week's again, and this is this week's. So we got a big shake up in the top 10. But let's move on to the final segment of the episode, playoff predictions. This is the fun part where we look at the playoff picture as it would be today, and we make our picks. So let's just get right into it. 3-game series, the wild card series. Number 3 Twins versus number 6 Yankees. And I'm sorry, Twins fans. I just don't like. I just like the Yankees better, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna take the Yankees in 2 games. I think they sweep the Twins. I don't know. The Yankees have been looking better than the Twins, and that's not a hot take. They just have. And then the second wildcard season in series in the American League, the number 4 Orioles versus the number 5 Astros. And as much as I want to see the Orioles win this, they're a fun young team. They're really fun to watch. They got a lot of energy, and they got that home run celebration that everyone's loving. I forgot what it's called. It's like when they drink the water hose after they hit a home run. Everyone loves it. But I'm going to take the Astros in 2 games. I think they sweep. They got the more experienced team, and they got more playoff experience than the Orioles. So I think they take it there in 2 games. Brewers, Pirates, an NL Central battle here for 3 versus 6. I'm going to take the Brewers in 2. Similar to the Astros and Orioles series, the Brewers are just more experienced, and they got those Corbin, Burns, and Bryant and Woodruff. So in a 2-game series, I trust those guys more than the Pirates pitching staff. So yeah, I'm gonna take them. Dodgers, Mets. This would be a really good wild card series. 2 big market teams. I'll take the Dodgers in 3. I think the Mets could take a game, but the Dodgers just look like the better team to start off the year. Yankees and Rangers. I did say I wasn't gonna sleep on the Rangers anymore. Even though I said I wasn't gonna sleep on them, but I also did say I don't know how much longer they can hold on to the division. And in a series against the Yankees, I don't know. I just like the Yankees more. But the Yankees do always crumble in the playoff times, but I'm still gonna pick them here. So in a 5-game series, I'm gonna take the Yankees in. I'm gonna say in. I'll say in 5 actually. I think the Rangers could take them to all 5 games, but I think the Yankees are just. I think they're just better than the Rangers in all honesty. Astros, Rays. This is the toughest series to pick. Probably in the whole playoffs. But I'm gonna take the Astros in 5. I always take the Astros playoff time. They never let me down, even though I hate them. I do hate them, but they always find a way to win in the playoffs. And I'm gonna take them over the Rays, even though the Rays have been looking so good. I'm gonna take the Astros in 5. Brewers and Braves. Give me the Braves in 5 as well. So all these series so far have gone to 5 games. I don't know. These 2 teams, I think it comes down to I trust the Braves more come playoff time than the Brewers. And I've been high on them all year. I'm going to stick to that. So I'll take the Braves. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, an NL West battle. I'll take the Dodgers in 4. Don't think the Diamondbacks will have enough come playoff time. And yeah, so I'm going to take the Dodgers. Sets up a big. This would be a fun conference. Or wait, what is this? What is this series called? It's the ALCS and the NLCS. I forgot what it's. Wait. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. But I forgot what it's actually called. Is it conference? I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I'm just in the. This would be a good ALCS and NLCS. Um, I mean, all four of these teams, huge market teams, really popular teams. This would be. I mean, this would just be so fun to watch these four teams as the last four teams in the playoffs. Yankees, Astros. I know I was saying how I always pick the Astros come playoff time. Probably should here because the Yankees always find a way to choke. But I'm going to take the Yankees in 7. I don't know. I just like what I see from them recently. So, take the Yankees to go to the World Series. And then similarly to the Braves, to the Yankees and Astros series, here in the Braves Dodgers series, I always pick the Braves come playoff time, and they don't disappoint. The Dodgers, I mean, they did win a World Series recently, but before that, they've been known to choke in the playoffs. But I'm going to take the Dodgers to go to the World Series in 7. I don't know. I just, the Braves haven't impressed me recently, and I don't want to pick the same World Series every time. Like, a lot of them have just been Braves winning, Braves Rays, you know, occasionally I think I had a Braves Astros in there one time. I kind of want to switch it up a little this time, make it more interesting. And these two teams have really impressed me recently, so I'm going to take them here. So this would be a New York versus LA battle. And I think here, I think the Dodgers beat a New York team again. They beat the Mets earlier. And I think they beat the Yankees in the World Series in 7 games. This would be a huge win for the MLB because so many fans would be watching. You know, these are like, I mean, I would say these are your two biggest money makers. These are your two most popular teams, most historical teams, and yeah, this would just be a huge World Series. But I'm gonna take the Dodgers in 7. So I don't know. These are my picks. I wanted to make it more fun this time, so I just picked two teams that have impressed me recently. So we had a 4 seed and a 6 seed in the World Series, but that's okay. Because anything can happen in baseball. So that's episode 5 of MLB All Around. If you liked the video, uh, you can subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment who you think will win the World Series as of right now, and you know you can critique me. I'm trying to. I've gotten more into baseball this year due to the new rules. It's made it more fun to watch, but I don't know everything yet, so you can critique me in the comments if you want. In the description, it's a link to my Twitter. Go follow that. And in the description is also a link to my Discord server. If you could click on that and see if it works. I'm not sure if it works. I think it works, but if it doesn't, just comment and I'll go in and fix it. But yeah, you can join that. Maybe you could appear on a video if you want. It's more fun to talk to someone while we do these instead of just me talking to myself. But yeah, so you can join the Discord if you are interested in that. And yeah, it's gonna be the video. Good start to the summer. We should have more consistent uploads now. And yeah, that's episode 5 of MLB All Around. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.